27 left, we got the traffic inside number 2 in the pattern for 76 Victor.
Family 841, traffic departing target arrival.
I'm looking for the traffic, 841. West to Tower, Cirrus 184 touchdown, low flight to Delta, full stop.
Cirrus 184 Charlie Charlie, West to Tower, advise circle straight in.
Circle please, 4 touchdown.
Cirrus 4 Charlie Charlie, reports on missed at first point for your circle, runway 27 left.
Point, report to the missed close for point and 27 left, 4 touchdown.
We change to 132
Push us out.
Nice work. So you know you've got dash 4 outboard you, so you just kind of ease out nice and easy. That was good. He's given you plenty of room now, so you can push out a little bit more if you like, and then push to tack, although I think you already have it up.
I just switched.
I'm having a hard time hearing the radio. I don't know if it's down or what.
Yeah, it was down a little.
Delta 4.
Delta 3.
Delta 5, 2.5 hours. Alright, one more time. Ops check. Delta check in. Delta 2, 2 hours fuel, all green.
Delta 3, 2 hours fuel, all green.
Delta 4, 4 hours fuel, all green.
Delta 5, 2.5 hours.
Alright, and Delta lead is 3 hours fuel, all green. Let's bring it in. Everybody got enough power for me to bump up the climb a little bit? Go for it. What's it?
Well,
Ask him to give you one.
please give 3-1, please.
Give it 3-1.
Give me another.
I'm doing 110 with a 500 foot per minute climb.
Yeah, I'm at 110 right now.
Five, how you doing back there? Getting back up.
Gotta lean it for max performance. Well, you're carrying a lot of weight too. Ouch.
Get on up there. Are you full power?
Alright, 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Alright, everybody's back in. I'm going to bring it up just 1 inch, kind of keep our climb going. At 35, we got 1,000 feet to go. We'll just work the area over here.
trying to calibrate my eye. Are you right on the spinner with the outboard?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think I got a good sight line now. It looked good to me. It looked like Phil was a little bit sucked, and that's why I asked. I think you're right. You're right there, aren't you?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm finishing him a little acute.
Okay. All right. I think I got a good marker for me in the back seat. All right, give him a head nod.
Oh, what was he looking?
Nice and easy, back out. There you go. Good.
I got caught looking at the bearing line.
Who's crossing under?
I would say that's a good spacing.
5 with the stabilizer, you're clear to slide over on
Keep a
420.
good eye on Phil. He's going nice and controlled. And as soon as you feel like he's up and in, you can just drive it back up. Phil's doing a pretty good job of keeping it tight.
I would control.
Yeah, you can start pushing it up in. What did you say?
He's nice and controlled.
Yeah, go ahead and push up in.
Leveling out.
Alright, so now you got 2 guys behind you, so the smoother your inputs are, the easier it is for them. Push it up in there. Throttle back. Yeah, you're not in there.
Thank you for that. I can't see you. S1 turn to the right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Nice and gentle.
Nice. You're still a little sucked, so push it up. There you go. You're still just a little sucked. There you go. Nice and slow. That was a good correction. That was a very good correction. Nice and easy. Now, Phil's getting a little acute, so just let him do that. And you hold what you think is your position. There you go. I'm feeling just a tiny bit sucked.
Can we move it up a bit if you can?
There you go. He sees it too, so push it up. Get up in there. Little more.
Rolling out in 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Nice and easy. Very nice. I'm feeling quite sucked, so drive it up in there. Drive it up. Alright, 2's going to cross under. As soon as he gets down and starts crossing under, you just drive it up into position. Don't follow 2. Alright, drive it up there.
Doing 120, 126 on the speed. I'm showing 126 on the speed.
Yeah, I'm backing it up. There we go. Keep it up. had to wait for some traffic to clear. 5, will you slide over on 2's wing?
All right, that looks like a good bearing line to me. How does it look to you?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And you can see the outboard aileron hinge on the spinner right now?
Yep, a little acute.
Okay, looks like Phil's even more acute. So just fly your bearing line. All right, Todd's falling back there. Phil is falling back now into position.
All right, lazy 8, up and to the right. Here we go. Doing 118 right now.
Wing overlap here?
A little bit, not much. Don't sweat it too much. Nice, easy corrections. You could push it out another foot, but you don't have any wing overlap right now. A little too much right rudder right now, so just hold off on that a little bit. Nice. There you go. You led with the power. That was good. Very nice. You're a little bit tight, so just slowly let that come out. Nice and easy. I think you just have a slight wing overlap right now.
Yep.
Level on that.
That looks pretty good. Nice job leading with power. Very nice. I think you're right in position. Your wingtip clearance is good.
5, is that a little too slow for you over the top?
It seemed like I was just getting out there, yeah.
Alright, here we go, up to the right.
Yep, lead with power. Very nice. You're a little bit tight, so just let it come out just a few inches. Very nice. Very nice. He slowed down a little bit, which is helping you guys out with the power. There you go. Good. That was pretty gentle, but that was nice and smooth, Rich. You're a little bit sucked, so drive it up in there with power. There you go. There's a little bit of wingtip overlap, so. Your power was fine, you just needed a little bit more angle of bank. That's all.
Yeah, I kind of held it there without moving.
Good, there you go. Good. It'll suck. Drive it up with power. Not with angle of bang, drive it up with power. Nice. That was really smooth. Nice work. I like what I'm seeing with your power arm. But I think what's happening is you're getting a little bit sucked, and instead of just driving it up with power, you're pushing in closer with angle of bang. So when you get sucked like that, use your left hand to drive it up onto the bearing line rather than getting closer with angle of bang. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm seeing.
Alright, we're just going to keep this as a level turn here. It's coming around.
Right now you've got a little bit of wing overlap and you're a little bit sucked, so just push it up with power and widen it out with angle of bank and you'll be right in position. Actually, you're in position now. Good job. Nice job. It was real subtle. I mean, you were super close. I'm kind of Nat's assing it a little bit, but very nice.
5 make a hole, 3 and 4 is coming over.
Alright, so this crossover needs to be really slow and controlled, but nice and easy. He's going to follow you, so step down nice and easy. Good. Nice and easy. Get your power in. Very nice. Hold that step down. That step down is perfect. Not too much. Get it back up there. There you go. There you go. Very nice. Keep it coming and get your power in. And drive it up. You squared it off nicely. Full power, driving it up into position. And I'll bet 4 had no problem keeping up with you on that one because your track crossing rate was quite nice. That was a very good cross under.
Thank you.
Alright, once we clear this little ridge here, it'll be an echelon turn to the left.
Alright, so we're going to not get
Everybody
sucked.
okay with the speed, doing 118.
So take a mental note of where he is right
Here
now.
we go. In 3, 2, 1.
There you go.
And F2 Bravo is flying.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, keep your power in. There you go. Yes. Right there. Hold that.
A shallow one.
A little bit, yeah. That helps you out. But you're not sucked. You're tucked in. You just step up just a slight bit and put lead spinner on the horizon. There you go. A little too much. But overall, you're not sucked, which is what I wanted. Hold it in there.
Sorry about the bumps, bad position. Rolling out in 3, 2, 1.
Nice job with the power, nice and easy. You got a couple guys behind you, so nice and easy. See, when we rolled out, you were in position. You were not sucked on that one. So that was the sight picture I want to see. Very nice. Even with the bumps, you handled the bumps pretty well.
Alright, we're going to motor this way for just a minute here, get off this ridge, and then we'll do another one to the left.
Flying.
Second.
F2 Alpha is flying again.
Try to emblaze that sight picture in your head because that one was a lot better. It doesn't feel right because when they get up on edge there, the airplane looks bigger because you're seeing a plan for him. But you just got to trip your mind.
Here we go, rolling in 3, 2, 1.
Yep, lead the power, very nice. Nice and smooth. Put lead spinner on the horizon the best you can. I know you're looking at mountains. You're good. There you go. Nice job letting dash 2 kind of sort his shit out. So you're looking at 2, but you're referencing 1. And you let him kind of sort out his shit, and you stayed in position. That was very good.
Over out in 3, 2, 1.
Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Very nice. That was shallow, so it wasn't all that challenging, but you held in nicely.
5 seconds.
That's 5 seconds. Confirm.
One, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005.
Very nice. Nice and easy.
Two of them.
3's in.
4 of them.
And while you put lead right on the horizon.
Alright, we lost a little altitude. We're at 4,100 right now. I'm going to do a little climb up to, back up to 45. This one will be to the left.
And feel free to cheat with speed. You're in a yak, so you can slow down, no problem. You can check turn in. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Remember, it doesn't matter if your nose is on him. What matters is bearing line. Stack his rudder right on his outboard wingtip.
Get some speed here.
Yep. They're a little sucked, so get out on bearing line. Get out on bearing line. You're still a little sucked. There you go, a little closer, still a little sucked. He's right on the horizon, so you're looking good there. You're still a little sucked. Yeah, now you can roll back the throttle just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not too much. There you go. Now you can pull back the throttle. There you go. Good. Right up into position. Very nice. I think it's hard.
Wow, that was nice.
It's hard for me to tell in the back seat, but I think you were sucked most of the way in.
Yeah, I was just trying to fix the speed a little bit, and I wasn't pulling the lead that much. I had a lot more to pull.
I think you're a little too worried about speed.
Yeah.
A little sucked, Quincy.
Yeah, I was playing with the speed too much. I could have pulled more lead on that.
I wouldn't worry about the speed too much. You can't go too fast in a yak, right? And if you get in close and you're feeling like the closure's too much, you just pull half the throttle out. And then during the cross-under, if you have to, you can go to idle and stop the damn thing. But I wouldn't worry too much about having too much speed in these join-ups.
Very nice, 5.
Yeah, I was trying to cheat with speeds. I wasn't really pulling enough of that lead.
Yeah.
I had plenty of arc to do it with.
Yep.
That felt good though.
It wasn't bad, and you were consistently a little bit sucked, so your angle was consistent, which is good. We just need to get it consistent on bearing.
Sides up.
Alright, here's going to be a section cross under with a big head nod, and nice and slowly, nice and easy, you got somebody on your wing. There you go. There, get your power in. Nice and easy. Keep it coming. Get your power in early. A little too much step down. Get your power in. There you go. You weren't quite quite into position when you pulled your power. Overall, not bad. A little too stepped down, but it was nice and controlled, so nice work.
Yeah, I'd say picture was a little low.
5 seconds. Here we go.
$1,001, $1,002, $1,003, $1,004, $1,005.
Two's in.
Three's in.
Four's in. Five's in.
To the right.
There you go. Yeah, you can level your wings and drive in. And then when you feel comfortable, you see how that bearing line's coming to you?
Yep.
Yeah. Much better. So we're only slightly acute. Don't sweat it too much. Just keep your eye on Phil and get your angle of bank in there. Get him on the horizon. Don't go sucked. Out there on bearing line. Put them on the horizon. You're almost on bearing line. There it is. Nice. Right there. Push that all the way in. Hold them on the horizon. There you go. All right. There you go. That bearing line was a lot better. Step up. There you go. That's the finish. Little tight, little cute.
Still a little stuck. Number 4.
That was a lot better.
That felt good. That bearing line, I could control it more.
Yeah, and I think you could have held out just a couple more seconds before dropping down, but I'm not going to critique that too much because it was controlled. Overall, that one was much better. And I'm checking your oil temp, it's in the green.
Yeah, I hadn't touched the red all day.
It's on the high end of the green, but it's in the green. What was it running before?
In the red, it's about 85, 90.
Okay, yeah, you're probably 20 degrees cooler. 15 to 20 degrees cooler. Alright, so nice and easy, back it out. You still have the dash 4 back there. That was just right. Very nice. That made it easy for 4 to stay with you. I think that's enough. So, as soon as you feel like Phil's not going to screw it up, you can start pushing up. You're right on bearing line.
Five, go ahead and slide over.
Push it up. Boy, Phil's cross-unders are looking pretty good too.
Five seconds, here we go.
$1,001, $1,002, $1,003, $1,004, $1,005. Three's in.
Four's in. Five's in. Alright, we're doing 116 indicated. We're going to motor here for about 10 seconds and then it'll be to the left.
Phil's cheating, I like it.
Put lead on the horizon. You're almost on bearing line. That looks like bearing line to me, right there. There you go, good correction. Yep, I see the same thing. And you can cheat with a little bit of rudder to help you with fuselage alignment. I wouldn't use too much, but... Get out on bearing line. Get out there. There you go. Push it out on bearing line. Push it out on bearing line. Throttle back, throttle back, throttle back.
Nice. A little overcorrection there at the end.
What are we, dogfighting?
Well, I like the attitude. I just need a better aim.
Coming in hot.
On that one, you were sucked most of the way, and you stepped down too early. So you want to hold bearing line a little bit longer before you step down.
Pushing this over.
What's that?
Pushing this over. Hard to see with side by side.
I couldn't tell. I was looking down. Yeah, he just gave him a cross under, so yes. Since Phil is sort of established that he can keep it in nice and tight, I would say this is a good amount of spacing.
5 with 2's in, slide over.
And we can only do that because we trust Phil. because he's been doing pretty good today on cross-unders. Yeah, that was good. I like the spacing, and I liked your timing getting the throttle back in. And it was nice and smooth, so Quincy didn't have any problems keeping up with you.
Roger.
Delta 2, Delta 3, Delta 4, Delta 5.
Who's in?
3's in.
Alright then. We want to get the bearing line and hold it all the way in this time. And we want to keep lead on the horizon until we're in close. So hold bearing line and don't drop down too early.
Alright, indicating 160 knots. This will be to the left.
I think you're really seeing the bearing line now. There you go, nice correction. Because we're so far out, it's easy to get acute here, and your corrections are really good. Yep, good correction. Yep, very nice. Get out there, you're getting sucked. Get out on bearing line. There you go. Good correction. Still a little sucked. Still a little sucked. Hold them on the horizon. Don't get low. There you go. There you go. Hold them on the horizon. Okay. Now you can start dropping down. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I like that one.
Right at the end, I just hit my wing there.
You held him on the horizon up until the right point. So
That was beautiful, number 4.
Howdy. Everybody's looking really good today. Five, make a hole.
there you go.
What's that?
Section cross under.
Okay, 3 and 4 coming
Five
up.
up. 4 then. Alright, we're going to motor this direction here for another 10 seconds or so, get over this ridge, and then this one will be to the right. We're doing 118 and